This is a question from Saurabh Ghosh. We sometimes talk, it is predestined. Then where is my free will exist? So I shall explain you. You know, what is destined is not for mind, not for the growth of soul. It is for the body. And in that, how we take it, again our free will is there. For example, suppose it is predestined, it is destiny that you will meet with an accident and you will have fracture in the leg and you have to be on bed for 2 months. This is predestined. So the accident has taken place, you are on the bed. Now how will you spend your 2 months? That is your free will. You can spend your 2 months, by continuously seeing so many films on the mobile and just whiling away your time. You can spend 2 months by getting irritated with those who are bringing food for you, giving sponge to you, because you cannot get up from the bed. And they are not properly taking care of you. You are grudging. What is this happened? I had decided to go there. So whole 2 months you can spend by grudging, blaming others. Or you can say that yes, that day I attended this one-day program and I was so motivated to read the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. So now I have got 2 months, I shall read complete works of Swami Vivekananda. So that is the free will. What happens to your body is decided. How you will face it is your free will. So in everything you can either raise yourself or you can pull down yourself. What colleagues you may get, maybe it is destined. But how you respond to them is again your free will. You can keep on grudging or you give, you mature yourself and you deal the whole matter with all maturity. So that is the free will.
The question is, I want to serve I am in teaching profession. I want to serve nation by making youths capable. But when I see my friends earning in lakhs, I think I should quit teaching profession and join corporate. What should I do? I have read your wonderful book, Teacher. It inspired me a lot. So my answer is, please read the book again. Teacher as a torchbearer of change, where I have mathematically proved that the best profession, the noblest profession, and the highest profession is that of a teacher. There is nobody greater than a teacher in this world. If at all any change can be brought about, by teachers only. So read the book again. And second advice to you is, suno sabki, karo man ki.
Here somebody has asked the question, what is the best method for meditation? And how do I know that I have attained it? Self-realization. See, when we talk about meditation, to put it in a very simple way, I'll just give one illustration to understand what this phenomenon of meditation is and what exactly we can accomplish through that. You see, if you have a lake, you cannot see the bottom of the lake if two things. If there are a lot of waves on the surface of the lake, this is one thing. Secondly, if the lake is muddy, you won't be able to see the bottom of the lake. Is it not? The same thing is exactly happening with the human mind. As long as there are waves on the mind, this is number one. And secondly, as long as our mind is muddy, it's impure. If these two things are there, you won't be able to see the bottom of your own personality. So meditation expects that you have to handle these two situations. First of all, purification of the mind, which involves several practices. It is not possible for me to go into the details of this whole thing. So purification of the minds is the first thing. Secondly, in and through that, the practice of restraining the waves of the mind from rising. But in our Patanjali Yoga Sutra says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It means the practice of restraining the waves of the mind and making the mind totally silent and placid. So this is the way actually the meditation has to be practiced, to put it in very short form. Secondly, the second question says, how do I understand whether I have realized the self or not? You see, when you wake up in the morning and when you see the sun, do you have to ask your neighbor whether you're really seeing the sun or not? So when self-realization comes, it comes without any iota of doubt. First, and secondly, the result of this experience on the human personality is going to be radical transformation and complete freedom from human suffering and misery, and a constant sense of fulfillment and satisfaction and bliss. These are the standards by which we can understand how much we have progressed in this direction. Thank you.
What steps can be taken on a national level so that the stress of the youngsters can be reduced for the purpose of studies? This is a question from Fardin K. Sheikh. You know, none of us sitting here have that power or authority to take the steps at national level. So what is not in our sphere of influence, we should not think about that, then only frustration comes. So what is in our hand, we can think about that. So what is it that I personally can do to reduce, the stress that comes for studying? So first thing is, set your goal, what you want to do. And then believe in what Swamiji says, we have all the strength within us to achieve it. Only we may have to strive. Now, when we want to do that, to put all our strength to that, we must also strengthen our body, sharpen our intellect, and make our mind courageous. So for that, the practice of asana, pranayam, a little bit of meditation, which Swamiji explained now, all this practice will be very useful. And what is to be done today, don't postpone it to the tomorrow. Whatever we postpone, that builds up the tension. So whatever is to be done today, means for student I am telling, do it today. So these are few things each one of us can do at our level. Maybe some of you will reach to a stage where you can take steps at national level, then naturally you will be by that time capable enough to do that.
How to realize divinity within. I had quoted a paragraph of Swami Vivekananda from Raj Yoga. There the reply is given, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest the divinity within. How? By controlling nature, external and internal. And how this can be done? By 4 methods. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. So there are 4 methods, Swami Vivekananda says. Raj Yoga consists of 8 steps: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Yama consists of 5: Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Ahimsa. And Niyama are also 5: Shauch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay, Isha Pranidhana. So, in a nutshell, practicing Raj Yoga means practicing moral values, ethical values, ethics and morality in daily life, and then also practicing meditation Meditation is seventh step, and ultimately culminating in samadhi, that is deep samadhi, that is deep meditation. So that is Raj Yoga. What is Bhakti Yoga? Religion of love, where you love the highest, love the greatest. If you, Swami Vivekananda says, if you have to rob, then why not rob the whole bank rather than robbing only one person's money? Rob the whole bank. That is why if you want to love, love the Lord. And by loving the Lord, you will never repent. कितने बार वो लड़के लोग आते हैं, उसके साथ प्यार किया, वो दूसरे साथ चली गई, काहे को प्यार देखना चाहिए ना पहले. वो तेरे से प्यार करती थी ना, तेरे स्कूटर को प्यार करती थी, तेरी कार को प्यार करती थी, पहले से देख लेना चाहिए. So anyway, Swami Vivekananda says in his book, Religion of Love, very nicely says, there cannot be an infinite love between two finite realities changing all the time, and their moods also changing all the time, and both going towards death. So there can be an infinite love between the infinite Atman and the infinite Paramatman. And that is religion of love. That is Bhakti Yoga. Third is Jnana Yoga. To know who am I? Sat Chit Ananda. This is my nature. Who am I? Am I the body? No, today my body is aching. I am not the body because my body. Then am I the mind? No, my mind is not good today. Okay, so I am not the mind. So am I the intellect? No, my intellect is not working today. So I am not the intellect. Then am I the ego? No, my ego is very strong. I will tell you how it will be done. So I am not the ego. Then who am I? I am beyond body, mind, intellect, ego. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that birthless, deathless, ever pure, ever blissful Atman, beyond all this intellect, mind and body. This is gradually, again and again, thinking over. Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. That is Jnana Yoga. And then fourth is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is doing the work with a spirit of detachment and spirit of unselfishness. These are the two words which will make the difference between karma and karma yoga. So try to do unselfish service. And Swami Vivekananda says, unselfishness is more paying in the long run. Unfortunately, people do not have the passions to practice it. Unselfish is more paying in the long run. So karma yoga is unselfish service, and also trying whatever work we are doing, trying to do it in the spirit of worship. How? By refining our ego. It can come in two ways. Number one, remaining detached with the spirit of, with the willpower, or surrendering our fruits of karma and our karma, everything to the Lord if you believe in the Lord. So, for those who believe in the Lord, I have found out a very simple method of converting work into worship, and that is sandwich sadhana. What is sandwich? You know, these mothers, they know how to prepare sandwich. Prepare a piece of bread, take a piece of bread, okay, and then put some masala, cucumber, tomato, chutney, butter, cheese, whatever you want to put, you put into that, and put another piece of bread. Sandwich is ready. So similarly, get up early in the morning. Okay, if whatever time you get up is your early for you. I know for most of you youngsters, very difficult to get up early because that's the time when you go to sleep. So anyway, whenever you get up, pray, oh Lord, whatever whole day I will be doing, it is, the work is dedicated unto you, and the fruits also dedicated unto you. This is one piece of bread. Now go on doing work whole day. At the end of the last, I will go glide into sleep. Oh Lord, whatever I have done for the whole day, I dedicate unto you, and the fruits also dedicate unto you. That is second piece of bread. And that is sandwich is ready. So start with the prayer, whole day working, and then last, again prayer, that is one sandwich. Now you can make small sandwich also. Before, while going to office, oh Lord, whatever I will do in the office, I will try to do good only. Not bribing and all that. That does not come under Karma Yoga. So whatever work I will do, at every dedicated to you, and the fruits dedicated to you. And after coming back from the office, oh Lord, whatever done in the office, dedicated to you, the fruits dedicated to you. These are small sandwiches also you can prepare. With this sandwich sadhana, you can convert work into worship. And try to make it as unselfish as possible. This I have told nutshell. I have shown you the trailer. Now you go through the whole film. Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. These are all the books written by Swami Vivekananda. You will get detailed information there, and the books are available in the bookshop outside, or you can go to Ramakrishna Math Khar and get all the books. And also, if you really want to study more Vivekananda, it is also there in a part of the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. Well, that will be more profitable, because if you just try to purchase all these 4 books and some other books, then by that time, within that budget, you can purchase the whole 9 volumes of complete works of Swami Vivekananda, and then go on through all these yogas, letters and lectures and all that. But anyway, I have given you again, I am telling you how to manifest the divinity within by practicing 4 yogas. You can do any one yoga, but Swami Vivekananda says better to combine all the 4 yogas, and that is how the monks of Ramakrishna order, how do they do? How the devotees they do? Early morning we have meditation, that is Raj Yoga. Then we have Mangalarti, that is Bhakti Yoga. Then we have also reading from Gita, chanting Gita slokas, that is also Jnana Yoga. Evening again we have prayer, Khandana Bhavavandana, that is Bhakti Yoga. Then we have meditation, that is Raj Yoga. Then we have reading from Kathamrita, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, that is Jnana Yoga. And whole day working for the society, working for the Lord, Shiva Jnane Jeev Seva, trying to worship the Lord who is present in every human being. This is how we are trying to practice all the 4 yogas. You can find out your own method of practicing the 4 yogas and thus manifest the divinity within. Thank you.
Here the next question is, how to reduce stress and strain? Well, this is a very important question in the present day scenario, where we find the whole society suffering from so much of stress and strain. We have to understand first thing is that why do we suffer from this stress? Then we can find out the way to come out of it. You see, one of the basic principles which we should understand as far as human life is concerned, in this surface plane of existence, physical plane of existence, I call it surface because we have no idea about what is lying beneath this or beyond this. We understand world and society only by what is being revealed by our sensory system. We don't understand anything beyond that. And we are trying to be free in this situation. We want to freely do whatever comes to our mind. We should understand one thing. There is absolutely no freedom as far as our life in this physical plane is concerned, in the surface existence is concerned. That is why when we try to express our freedom in this direction and try to do whatever we want, you will see that you walk 4 steps in one direction and you will find a wall standing there and stopping you from going ahead. And the moment you find that, you are stressed. You find strain. I'm just giving one small illustration so that, but then you can apply this to your everyday life. So the basic thing which we need to understand that freedom doesn't lie in this physical plane of existence which we see on the surface. To be free from all this strain and troubles which we have, that will come with our progressive movement towards our true nature, which is beyond this physical plane of existence. That is what the whole science of meditation actually deals with it. And every inch that you gain access towards your own deeper dimension, every single inch which you move in that direction, you will see that to that extent, you have overcome the problem of strain and stress. Though you can have some cosmetic solutions on the surface by just relieving your strain and stress by watching a movie, but actually speaking, that is not going to be a solution at all. To really become free from strain and stress, the secret lies in going deeper inside and coming in touch with our deeper dimension, where we will understand where lies the true focus of freedom. That's why I want to remind this audience, the whole of spiritual science of the Vedas and the Hinduism is nothing but it is the song of freedom of the soul. The one main theme of Vedanta is freedom, 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 fearlessness, fearlessness, fearlessness. This is the one single song. So if you really want to be freed from all this strain and stress, you need to establish yourself in a deeper level of your own existence. Then you understand that how foolish it was for me to think that I am free to express myself in whichever direction I want on the surface. Thank you.
स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के उपदेशों द्वारा हम कैसे आने वाली पीढ़ी को अनुशासन से रख सकते हैं? राधिका यादव। ये प्रश्न से ऐसे लगता है कि पूछने वाले शायद अभिभावक है, पेरेंट्स है। प्रश्न बहुत अच्छा है। इसके 2-3 स्तर है। एक तो अनुशासन, जीवन मूल्य, ये सारा जो है ना, ये सिखाया नहीं जाता है, ये संक्रमित किया जाता है। We cannot teach it, we transmit it. And how do we transmit? By practicing ourselves. So if we are practicing it, it gets transmitted, first thing. दूसरा ऐसा है कि जब बच्चे छोटे हैं, उसी समय हमने कुछ बातों का आग्रह करना है, जो आजकल हम देखते हैं कि घरों में वो आग्रह होता नहीं है। जैसे अभी मैं प्रवास में जाती हूँ विवेकानंद केंद्र के कार्य से, तो घरों में ही रहती हूँ। तो जैसे रविवार है तो छोटे बच्चे उठते नहीं हैं, 7, 8, 9, 10, जब भी उसकी इच्छा हो वो उठेगा, फिर उठकर सीधा डाइनिंग टेबल पर आके चाहे जो खाएगा। तो मैं पूछती हूँ, अच्छा ये हमेशा ऐसा ही उठता है क्या? नहीं नहीं, रोज़ स्कूल होता है ना, उसको तो 6 बजे उठना पड़ता है। अभी आज रविवार है तो उसको आराम से सोने दे रहे हैं। इसका मतलब सवेरे उठना ये एक पनिशमेंट करके माता पिता भी सोच रहे हैं, कंपल्शन सोच रहे हैं, ये एक आदत है ऐसा नहीं सोच रहे। या नहा कर ही हम खाना खाएंगे, छोटी छोटी बातें हैं, हाइजीन है उसमें, बहुत सारी बातें हैं, लेकिन हम आग्रह नहीं करते हैं तो बच्चे सीखते नहीं हैं। ये दूसरी बात है। तीसरा ऐसा है कि हमने क्या एम्बियंस घर में खड़ा किया है, यानी स्वामी विवेकानंद के उपदेशों द्वारा हम बोल रहे हैं, हमारे घर में सच में बच्चों को हम स्वामी विवेकानंद से परिचय करा रहे क्या? हमारे घर में जाते ही एकदम प्रोमिनेंट प्लेस पे स्वामी विवेकानंद का चित्र रखा है क्या? हमारे घर में स्वामी विवेकानंद का साहित्य है क्या? कभी कभी बच्चे माता पिता को स्वामी विवेकानंद का पुस्तक पढ़ते हुए देखते हैं क्या? हम बच्चों को स्वामी विवेकानंद की कहानियाँ बताते हैं क्या? ये सारा एम्बियंस में आता है। तो वो एम्बियंस हमारे घर में है क्या? ये तीसरा। और यदि ये सीड ठीक से डाला है तो जब वो युवावस्था में जाता है, शुरू में ऐसा लगता है कि शायद हमने जो भी सिखाया वो सब बह गया, लेकिन उस समय पेरेंट्स को एक धैर्य चाहिए, क्योंकि जैसा बीज होता है ना, बीज से जब पेड़ अंकुरित होना है तो उस बीज को एक सड़ने की स्टेज होती है, यानी उसका जो बाह्य कवर होता है वो टूटता है, वो निकल आता है। तो ऐसे ही युवावस्था में शुरू में युवा थोड़े अपने इधर उधर जाते हुए शायद हमें दिखेंगे, ये सारा विवेकानंद वगैरह बस हो गया माँ, ऐसा शायद कभी आते जाते एखादा युवा बोल सकता है, लेकिन ये वो सिर्फ कवर खोलने की अवस्था है। माँ ने, पेरेंट्स ने, टीचर्स ने, बड़ों ने थोड़ा धैर्य से रहने से जो बीज डाला है उसका पेड़ अंकुरित होता ही है। तो उस समय आत्मीयता से और उसके साथ अपना संबंध कायम बनाते हुए रखते हैं, तो युवा हमसे भी अच्छे तरह से उस विचार को लेकर अनुशासन से जीवन में खड़ी होती है।
As a youngster, what steps can we take to make our country glorious? Fodin K. Sheikh, RD National College, Bandra West. First of all, I would like to congratulate the student who has asked this question, because very few students think about their national development. So first of all, I want to congratulate that you are thinking into what steps can we take to make our country glorious. Wonderful question. Now, there are various ways in which you can make our country glorious. Number one, whatever situation where you are placed, If you are a teacher, you can make a contribution. If you are a government officer, by doing your work honestly, you can contribute. Now, as if you are a student, you have to study with full concentration and with full sincerity and try to get the knowledge rather than just passing the examination for marks. So if you really get knowledge, then you will be able to transmit to others, and then try to take a line by which you can change the world. That is later on. But now, most important thing that Swami Vivekananda said for the national development is, he said, national development cannot take place unless until the character development of the citizens take place. This is the equation you must remember. We had a youth convention on National Youth Day, 12 January 2006 in Porbandar, when Dr. Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam was invited. At that time he was the Rashtrapati, he was the President of India. He was invited to inaugurate Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture. There were 5,000 youths. He gave a very beautiful talk, and this was followed by question answer. And so one student stood up and he said, "Sir, Operation Duryodhan, Operation Chakravyuh and other operations have revealed the tip of the iceberg that is rampant in corruption in the country today. As the President of India, how do you think about it? And where lies the solution?" Then Dr. Kalam stood up and said, already MPs, the action has been taken on MPs, and then he took up a book of Swami Vivekananda and read out a passage from the book of Swami Vivekananda, where Swami Vivekananda says, no number of parliament acts can make a nation good and can make a nation great. Then what can make a nation good and what can make a nation great? What can make a nation glorious? Then again he read out another passage from Swami Vivekananda book, where Swami Vivekananda says, only a large number of good enlightened citizens can make a nation good, can make a nation great. Only a large number of good enlightened citizens. Then he also said further, and the government cannot produce good people, and the government will not produce good people. That also he told. Then who can make the good people? Only 3 persons can make India great. How? Only 3 persons can make your character. What are the 3 persons? Father, mother, and the teacher. These are the only 3 persons which we can produce, which can change the character, which can have the development of the character. एक लड़का था, बड़ा शैतान था, चुपचाप बैठता ही नहीं था. अब क्या करें? उसके पिता ने कहा, देख आज मुझे बहुत काम है, जा, मैं तुझे काम देता हूँ, पास के कमरे में जाना, जब तक काम वापस नहीं होगा वापस मत आना. ठीक है. अब पिताजी ने सोचा क्या काम दूँ, सारा दिन वो बिजी रहेगा, मैं भी अपना काम कर सकता हूँ. तो उसने क्या किया, पिताजी ने भारत का नक्शा लिया और उसके छोटे छोटे टुकड़े कर डाले. जा भारत को एक करके. उसको मालूम है छोटा बच्चा, ज्योग्राफी का नॉलेज है ही नहीं, और कहाँ काश्मीर, कहाँ कन्याकुमारी, कहाँ आसाम, कहाँ गुजरात, ये सब करते करते सारा दिन निकल जाएगा. कहाँ महाराष्ट्र, ये सब निकल जाएगा और मेरा अपना सारा दिन चला जाएगा, मैं अपना काम कर सकूँगा. लड़के को भेज दिया पास के कमरे में. 10 मिनट में लड़का वापस आ गया. ए तुझे बोला था ना काम निपटा के आना, काम निपटा के आया हूँ. देखा तो भारत का नक्शा, परफेक्ट नक्शा. काश्मीर, कन्याकुमारी, आसाम, महाराष्ट्र, बंबई, पुणे, नागपुर सब अपनी अपनी जगह पर है. अरे कैसे किया? बोले ये तो बहुत सरल बात है. अरे भारत को एक करना सरल बात है. राष्ट्रीय एकता इतनी बड़ी समस्या है, नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन सच ए प्रॉब्लम, तो सारे देश को एक कैसे किया? तो उसने कहा, पिताजी मैं तो बैठा था, सब लोग टुकड़े लेकर के बैठा, मैं करने लग गया, पर उसको समझ में नहीं आया. तो मैं क्या किया, मैं टुकड़ों से खेलने लग गया. खेलते खेलते देखा मैंने वहाँ पर मनुष्य, उसके पीछे में, फोटो के पीछे में एक मनुष्य की छवि है. तो मैंने मनुष्य का हाथ, पैर, सिर सिर्फ करके पूरे मनुष्य को चिपका करके ठीक कर दिया, तो सारा देश अपने आप ठीक हो गया. तो स्वामी विवेकानंद का मैसेज है, मनुष्य का निर्माण करो, मनुष्य के चरित्र का निर्माण करो. जब हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री, हमारे देश के मुख्यमंत्री, अभी नए वाले हों पुराने हों, हमारे देश के मंत्री, हमारे देश के आईएएस ऑफिसर्स, हमारे देश के आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स, हमारे देश के बिजनेसमैन, हमारे देश के टीचर्स, हमारे देश के सब लोग वो लोग यदि उनके चरित्र का निर्माण होगा, देश का पुनर्निर्माण अपने आप हो जाएगा.
Here is a questioner who has not given his or her name. It's a long question, but what he or she wants to ask is, he or she is saying that the person is very much attracted towards many things in life. He or she wants to do something. He's in the IT sector, but is not happy with the way things are, and a kind of a dissatisfaction is there in the life. And the person says that since the childhood, the person has been thinking to renounce the materialistic pleasures of life and lead a monastic life. This is a very personal question, actually. I don't, unless we interact with the person and find out what exactly he or she is hankering for. It is difficult to give a precise answer, but still, in general, when we talk about leading a monastic life, I want all the youngsters to keep it in mind. This is not something which is imposed from outside. If you know that you are bound, I ask you one question. Whoever has raised this question, to that person I am asking you, in and through an illustration. If you are imprisoned, if you are inside a jail, and if you know that you are inside the jail, the knowledge of being inside the jail is very important. The knowledge of being imprisoned and being in bondage, that is very important. The moment you understand that you are within the four walls of a prison, no matter what others say, your first reaction and response to that situation will be to break away from that imprisonment and become free. This is precisely the monastic frame of mind, I should say, when a person clearly understands his or her limitations at the physical plane and voluntarily and happily decides to rise above the physical pleasures of life, he or she won't look left and right. Straight away, he or she will take the decision of leaving this physical plane and attempting to live on a higher plane of awareness. That is what precisely this monastic life is. So if you are ready for that, you won't be looking left and right. The decision is straight away taken, no matter what the society says. One small thing I say, in our Vedantic scriptures, it is stated that who takes this decision of renouncing the pleasures of the world? What is the state of that mind? To our Shastras, it says in Sanskrit, the term used for that, the phrase which is used to describe this person is Deepta Shira Jalarashi Vat. In Sanskrit, what does this mean? Deepta Shira Jalarashi Vat. जैसे कि किसी के सर पर अगर अग्नि लगी हो, if you are on fire, what will be your response? Your first response will be to search for a body of water where you can straight away plunge into the water and extinguish the fire. Similar is the condition of a person who wants freedom, and he is desperate, and he is not bothered about what this person says or somebody else says. He is ready to take this big decision, and he straight away walks into living a higher kind of a life which is dedicated to self-realization. Thank you.
This is, again, name is not given. How to be motivated and happy all the time, irrespective of daily hopelessness in life. This is related to the first question that I asked. What happens to you is decided, but how you respond to it is your free will. So whatever may happen, why you should creep and cring and cry? Your nature is happiness. So again it comes to meditation, little bit of practice, and facing the situation in life, and in lighter vein, attend such camps, you will be always happy.
Very Yes, there is a book also, Happiness and Peace in Everyday Life. You can read that book also. I am eldest son of my present, my family condition is not good. We live on rent, don't have home, don't know about my future, do not know what to do, how come from poverty, how to make our own path. I have pressure from my family, I do not see any light. Please read the book of Swami Vivekananda, biography of Swami Vivekananda. You will find out Swami Vivekananda lost his father. He was also the eldest son. You are also the eldest son. Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath Dutt was also the eldest son. In 1884, his father died, and suddenly, and he was from an aristocratic family, but his father was so generous that he gave so much money to so many other people, and these people never bothered to return. Not only that, his uncle, he became his enemy. He took out the house, and they were driven out of the house. They were homeless. At least you are in a rented house. They did not have a rented, nor no rent to also pay. And imagine an aristocratic boy with his younger brothers and sisters, with his aristocratic mother. They are all on the road. Imagine and how Swami Vivekananda faced this question. And not only that, you will be surprised to know Swami Vivekananda was one of the, maybe is the greatest intellect of the world has ever seen. The greatest intellect the world has ever seen. And yet, Swami Vivekananda had to go from door to door to apply for a job, apply, no reply. Even he had to face the problem of unemployment. And then he went for some temporary job under this, as a teacher in the Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar school, but he was man of pride, he was man of self-glorification, self-confidence, so he did not succumb to the pressure. Then he had to leave without job for so many days, and there were days when where the whole family went without food. And yet, he did not lose faith in God, he did not lose faith in yourself. So keep up those two types of faith during this condition. One, faith in yourself, faith in God, and you just go ahead along with your self-confidence. Whatever little money you can earn, you start earning rather than weeping over, oh, what will happen to me in future. Try to build the present, future automatically will be golden. Try to do something what you can do in the present, and the future will follow. भूतकाल को भूल जाओ, भविष्य की चिंता मत करो, वर्तमान में जियो, यही है प्यारे जीने की कला.
So here, there is one more question.
So here is the last question. So please.
Yeah, there is one more question here. Somebody is asking that when the core of existence is divinity and everything emanates from that divine core, why do we have to look inside to understand this divinity? It is very obvious to see what our sense organs reveal. If the divinity could be understood just through our eyes and ears, then all of us would have been Brahmagyanis here. All of us would have been realized souls. But our sensory system do not have the capability to reveal that divinity. So, to understand what that divinity is, we need to go and transcend the sensory dimension of human personality, go beyond the sense organs, and even beyond the mind. And only then do we understand what this divinity is. And then when you open your eyes, you will be able to see that whatever you are seeing through the sensory system, it is all divine. That is what the Upanishad says, that everything is divine, everything is God. But to understand this, one has to first go deep within and experience that divinity in the depth of one's own personality. Then it becomes a fact of every moment of our life when we begin to see the same divine reality with our eyes open. This is the kind of a radical transformation which is expected through the spiritual practice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Revered Swami Nikhileswarananda Ji Maharaj, Swami Shuddhidananda Ji Maharaj, and Miss Nivedita Bhide for this enlightening question and answer session.